Hey gamers, Maniac here with GameAccess.net doing our first unboxing with our new camera. Now I think this is a 4K camera, but I could be wrong about that. So somebody post a comment about what they think of the visual quality. Unfortunately, this is where I live. We haven't had a sunny day in at least a month. So please blame Mother Nature for the fact that the lighting on this is as poor as it is. But this is the Chessex game board, because as you guys know, I've been looking into expanding my gaming ability, and I've been learning Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, and I've been trying to get all the material that I possibly could to essentially, I don't know, how do I put this, to essentially learn how to play and be able to play and things like that. And while I have been getting the core books and things like that, you know, and dice and things like character sheets, I've been told, no, one of the other things you're probably going to want to get is some type of reversible battle mat. And I found this at my local game hobby store. This is the Chessex Reversible Battle Mat. It's got square battle mat, it's got hexes, and it's 23.5 inches by 26 inches. That's how it's classified. These things are classified by size online. So if you want to pick up one, then just be aware that's the size of this, and they do charge extra, I'm sure, for larger ones. So what do you say we crack this thing open? I've got some scissors here. Hopefully I won't cut myself too bad as I'm trying to open it. There we go. And I tried opening this thing without scissors. This plastic is pretty tough on it, so, and also I didn't want to hurt the vinyl. So if only I had a cameraman. So this should do it. It should come right out now. There it goes. There it goes. Perfect. Okay, so this is the mat. It's a little thinner than I was expecting. Goes out really well, though. Ooh. Definitely smelling that vinyl. Yeah, definitely smelling that vinyl. Let me flip this over. So this is it. It's big enough for at least 4 people, maybe as many as 6. And this is a rewritable surface, so I could simply, I thought that table was clean. So this is a rewritable surface. This is a surface that you can simply just mark off caverns and things like that on your grid, so that you can keep track of where your characters are on this mat. This is a pretty big mat, so you could keep track of a very large area here, definitely. Wow, it's not a bad. I mean, it's got a texture to it. It's pretty tough. I've been told these mats will probably last you quite a while. In fact, I've heard stories where people would ride on these mats, erase them, and keep riding on them, and they would last quite a few years. I've also heard other stories where there are certain mats that don't last very long, or they end up getting permanent on their thing. But there are workarounds on that. And what I was thinking about for a surface like this was, I've heard interesting stories from all different types of players, because I was asking around, because I not only wanted to get a battle mat, I wanted to get a battle mat that would last, or something that would work, even if I had to add some elbow grease or do some modifications to it. And I had 2 differing opinions basically when it came to surfaces like this, and they were saying, first person was telling me, get a vinyl sheet, like 20 gauge vinyl, and put that over this, and that's easier basically to write on. It's easier to erase, and you don't have to worry about wrecking this. And vinyl is cheaper, is much cheaper. The other option I was told was, and I'm not kidding about this, a person told me put glass over this. Basically, get a table that had a type of glass cover, and simply write on the glass with wet erase wet erase markers. Don't know which option I'll take. Like I said, this will probably be used quite a bit for various different things. But so you guys took a look at this. I wanted to keep it like this for a little bit, but let's take a look at this side really quick. This is the hex side. Now, when I was playing Tales of the Yawning Portal, the Dungeon Master for that game was using both sides of the mat. He was using both hexes and squares. He was using squares for like larger, for more smaller, how do I put this? When we used the square space, it was for the smaller encounters. When he was simply mapping out the terrain in the caves and stuff like that on the floor we were on, I think we were on the second dungeon at the time. He used this surface basically to map out the whole cave, at least for the floor that we were on at that time. So that's a good use for this. I certainly think that's a good use for this surface, and it's one of the reasons why I chose to pick up this. That plus my game store did have it at a really reasonable rate. So yeah, I really like how it looks. It unfolds really easily. There's a little bit of crimping on the end, but I'm actually surprised by how well this is not crimping. I was told if I wanted to lay this flat and just put some stuff on it to keep it down, it should just stay down perfectly without much issue. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's got a nice texture to it. It's got a nice feel. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel anything like that. Definitely worth the 20 bucks I paid for it, and I'm sure I could play and replay a lot of different Dungeon Master. I could Dungeon Master a lot of different modules with this thing. So I want to hear what your thoughts about it is. Do you think you think for the size that it is, I got a good price for it? I think definitely. Please comments all you want. What do you think of the glass idea, or putting glass over this, or do you think that maybe this should just simply be? Maybe I should use vinyl. I think it was Nate D20 or something like that mentioned using vinyl, which I may end up doing because that does seem like a cheaper option than glass. But please, you guys, post your comments, your thoughts, what you think about it. This is a really nice surface, though, so props to Chessex. And hope to hear from you back from you guys soon. Until next time, this is Maniac with GameAccess.net. Take care. Over and out.